Yeah. So if you even go to the room booking table, you can see here that the name, it's just not like you can edit this field. You cannot edit this. That means ServiceNow actually puts a value into this and the user cannot modify that. See, if you see the label name room booking, then here you can see that this just gives a scope where you can just hover over this and see the internal name of the table that cannot later be changed. So this, once it's given, it's given. So this is how it is, x underscore, this is the numerical value of the personal dev instance which it creates. And then hotel management is a big one. So what it did is it just took hotel man, which makes it 3 2 5 8 10, and then this is the name of the label. So that's how it starts creating its own scopes. So the scopes would be like unique for the tables, and then here you can see for everything that's how it does. Even if you go for the roles in this application menu, you can see the x underscore this, yeah, unique number, and then the hotel management, and then room booking user. So this is the one, actually the role which has been created. So this is how you can see the scope and how it has been set. Yes, so this is actually kept by default. And even if you go to the application table here, yes, as you saw this room booking. Now what we would be doing is, as we understood the scope of it, what we'll do next is understand another key concept. Like, till now we've seen that we have created the applications from scratch, but what if you don't want to create your application from scratch? That is, like, there is already the source code for you ready in the GitHub. The only thing you want to do is you want to import it from that GitHub. So ServiceNow says yes, that is also possible. And how it is possible is you need to just go to, whenever you're creating an application file, there is another option called import from source control. So what we would be doing is, once you click the import from source control, it asks for the URL where your code actually exists, and then your username and password of the GitHub, so that it can connect there and get your code in. That is, it can pull the code. So that's how we can do it. You just need to fork the repository which you want. So that's how you can create it. I'll just go and show you. If you guys have observed, I'll just close the studio and open it back again. Now it asks for something. There is a create application. It shows the application, and here we go. You can see import from source control. So I'll be selecting import from source control for suppose. What it asks for is the URL, the username, and password. So that's where you can import an application from any other source. So importing an application from source control will result in a new application being created in ServiceNow instance based on the remote repository you specify, and the credentials must allow the read access. So if it doesn't allow the read access, then it's going to be much more problematic. You cannot import it that easily. And then once you give this, you need to just click on the import button and it imports for us. So that's how you can do import from source control. And then the next thing which you have to understand is the modules. So if you see any application, like let's go once to the studio and see what you call these all things. For suppose, if you see, there is something called service desk, and when I click on the service desk, it opens up many things. So what it is service desk is a module, and there are many things which are sub modules, or you can say the sub modules within the service desk. So modules are something which helps them in keeping all the things together, and that's how modules help in ServiceNow. So one module can be automatically created when a table is created. And if you remember, when we created our base table, you saw that there were many things which were created. Let's go and see once again. This was a room booking table which we created. If you see, let's get down, and if you see, there are modules. You can see this room bookings module, that is mobile, and this one, the create new open room bookings. These were again created by me, but initially these were all not there. So you can just create it by creating on the create application file that you will see in the next tutorial. But once by creating this room booking, you can see there were many modules like forms, and then the application menu is created for that. So that's how one module can be automatically created. And then consider the case of instant application. Now if you see the basic ServiceNow functionality, that is instant management, in that there is something. If you click on the instant module, all the modules shown are for the instant table itself. So whatever comes within the instant, it is the part of instant table. If you just click on create new, it opens a form for adding an instant. If you open the assign to me, it will see the list of instant records. I'll just show how the instant module looks and how the things are within that. Go to this ServiceNow browser window and click on incident. And there you see, this is the module I was talking about. If you just close, it just all collapses. But I click on this, you can see there is create new, there is create major incident, assign to me. Just click on like assign to me. Then what it does is it actually handles a filter that is active is true and assigned to a system administrator, because I'm logged in as system administrator, and it shows if at all there are any records. If you click on all, it shows all the records in the incident. So this is how the things happen. So if you don't have the modules, you just cannot distinguish everything, then it becomes problematic for us. So if you just click on create new, there would be a new instance which you can create. You can select the caller and then the group which you want, and then write the short description. So this is about create new. And open unassigned is something like what are opened but assigned is empty. So these are all different modules within incident. So we can say this is a parent module and these are all sub modules of that. So that's how the modules are created. Now as I said, if you see, it opens and all shows the that are closed or not resolved. It also displays all list of all records from the incident table. So that's where the filters can be applied, and that's where our modules will be created. Like, you know, any number of modules can be created just on the incident table. So that's up to us, the way we want to create our modules. Maybe tomorrow you want to know all the closed instance, so you can just create another module called closed, which would be showing all the closed instance. So that is about creating the modules. And I have one more thing to share with you guys. Like, you know, while creating the table, we need to be pretty much clear with what has to be extended and what not. If we don't have that clear design architecture of our model tables, then it becomes tough. And the reason I say it becomes tough is once you create a table, and if you like, you know, I'll just click on create application file and a table, and then just create. So now, just now, like if I'm creating now a table, I'll write something sample just for the sake, and then if I don't extend a table, feeling that okay, currently it might not require any extension, and then if you don't extend the table, the problem is once you submit it, you cannot just extend it back. So be pretty much careful that you don't get any second option here. So that's why I say, like, and the reason generally you extend the task table is, if you don't extend task table, there are 6 fields by default which you get, and if you extend task table, there are another 65 fields. I'll just go to this room bookings table. Okay, this is a module, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, you can go to this is a form. Yeah, this is the table I was talking about, and there you see there are 74. Within the 74, there are only few which are created by us, and the rest of the things are extended. That is like, you know, they got imported because of this parent table, that is task. So all the fields which are in task gets inherited to this table also. There in this you can see the inheritance concept, where the parent fields can be accessed by the child. So here the child is the room booking table, and then the parent table is, which it is extending, is task. So all these task properties can be used here also. So that's how you need to be careful while creating your table. And once the table is created, it's always tough for you to just extend any other table at that point of time. And removing columns also at times is tough. And whenever you want to add a column or remove a column, the only thing you can do is first delete all the records. So this option gives you, whenever you click, it just asks you by alert, just type the word delete so that I can delete all the records. And then you can just, okay, because I just clicked on cancel, no records were deleted. And then when I click on this delete, it again pops up and asks to type the word delete. So That's how it happens. You need to delete back, and then all the modules what all are created because of that are lost. So this is like a hectic process, and once, maybe at initial stage it might be easy, but once your application grows, then it might become tough for you to change. So put a lot of concentration on the diagrammatic view or the architectural view of how this table should be, and then go for the implementation. So this is about the application files, modules, and table creation, and precautions to be taken while creating the table.